Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you guys now game number 3 in the series with Hawk versus WFZ. And so far, Hawk, I believe, is down 2-0 as we start the game here on Nomad Isle. We see Hawk spawning as the yellow human player at what I'll call the 5 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have WFZ spawning as the red Undead. Undead versus human. I am expecting to see another Undead Death Knight versus Archmage matchup as things are getting underway, and we'll see if WFZ will be able to shut down Hawk once more. WFZ has been able to really get inside Hawk's head, be able to figure out his game plan, and really stop it before it ever comes to fruition. We are now here in game number 3 as the Footman gonna go ahead and take down WFZ's Acolyte, as the Archmage wants to do a little bit of creeping here, gets the kill there on the Acolyte, and this will give Hawk a little bit of an advantage in terms of getting to level 2. Now the big question here is going to be how much damage can he do before the Death Knight comes in. You can see the giant sea turtle is coming in as well. Oh, the crab behemoth, there is the Death Knight. And let's take a look, keep track of the hero. Skeletal minions now coming in as well. What is happening? There is I believe a bit of abolish magic there. There is the death coil, and the Archmage gets the experience. Brilliantly done. And now what is going to be happening next? All right, Death Knight now on the run back over here. You can see level 2 already on the Archmage. Archmage gonna actually give the Death Knight a little bit of experience, but the Archmage already sitting at level 2. Very, very happy at that earlier Acolyte. All right, Death Knight getting another kill there onto a Footman as the Water Elementals are now making their way back around. Hawk is low on mana, so this is not going to be good for him. Meanwhile, you can see that the Troll Shadow Priest is down over here, relatively low on mana, but with the help of the Archmage and Brilliance Aura, Brilliance Aura, should be fine. Let's take a look. Is the Archmage perhaps going to pick up another Troll Shadow Priest? That would be very, very helpful to deal with those skeletal minions, as the Troll Shadow Priest is now once again on the run. The Troll Shadow Priest knows that he is not long for life, as he is already down to 109 hit points. 1 slash plus a death coil could take him out. Is the Death Knight going to even bother? Yes, using that 75 mana gets the Troll Shadow Priest kill, and now going to back up to that Archmage. All right, it looks like Hawk does pick up a Troll Berserker instead, and now getting in a little bit of early damage. That Troll Berserker is a very, very high damage unit at this stage in the game. You can see it dealing 28 to 37 damage. That is rather high, actually higher than the Death Knight. The only difference is the type of damage it is dealing, in that it is only dealing piercing damage as opposed to, say, hero damage. All right, let's take a look at this. What's going to be happening? That Troll Berserker now being forced to run back. Oh, Rogue Wizard could get taken down very easily. Yes, it does get taken down by an Archmage. Even with the Frost Armor, the Archmage's pretty puny attack able to finish it off. Death Knight still sitting at level 1, 25 to 35 damage, an average of 30 damage. Meanwhile, Troll Berserker is, I believe, an average of 32 to 33. And now, what is this Archmage going to do next? The Archmage now making a run back off to the north and finding a little bit of a skeletal minion. Gonna get taken down again, as the Death Knight is really just using a lot of the skeletal minions here. You can see the backpack upgrade was used by WFZ to bring in another Rod of Necromancy, but all this is really doing is buying time for Hawk. I have not really seen anything as of yet that is a good sign or indication that WFZ has slowed Hawk down. All right, 93 hit points. How do you leave a unit alive at 93 hit points against a Death Knight? That was a big misstep there, as the Archmage now has to sit at level 2 for a little while longer. There is a green creep camp right over here, which would be easy and ripe for the picking. Not quite sure why he isn't going after that creep camp, as it is close enough to defend while enough experience to get to the next level. Instead, he's actually gonna, oh, is he gonna get another Crypt Fiend in transit? That would have been a huge benefit there, as the Death Knight now tries to make his way back over to the expansion. You can see that there is one guard tower and an arcane tower currently being constructed and upgraded. Is the Troll Shadow Priest just gonna straight up abolish magic? No, the skeletal minion's gonna give level 3 to the Archmage. Archmage now pretty much one shot. There it is. Now up to level 3, will be able to creep out this Null Overseer creep camp if given the opportunity. Death Knight still sitting at level 2, and here you go. We could have a little bit of an engagement here. Skeletal Minion now rushing in. Death Knight chasing after that footman. The footman needs to run back, and it looks like he will be able to run back and get in a little bit of distance from that Death Knight. 6 minutes, 30 seconds into this game, Archmage still looking to chase down these Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiends taking a bit of damage. The Archmage does have Claws of Attack +6, increasing his damage even further. I believe up to about 35 damage per attack on average. And that is extremely high considering that Death Knight is only dealing, what is that, maybe 32 damage per on average, and his attack is also melee. Death Knight looking to finish off this creep camp here. Lich does have some experience on the board as well, as we're looking at a level 2, level 1 compared to a level 3 Archmage. We have not teched a tier 2 yet by Hawk, which is a very, very bad sign. So far in the past couple of games, Hawk has really fallen behind in the tech advantage, and because of him falling behind in the tech advantage, he ends up losing right around the 10 to 12 minute mark. He needs to start getting that upgrade to tier 2 in just a moment, maybe about another 15 seconds to gather up enough gold. You can see that there is skeletal minions now chasing down that Archmage. Archmage, without Boots of Speed, really just trying to run away. We'll see how successful he is with that, as we are now teching to tier 2. Tier 2 underway. Mountain King is very, very likely very strong secondary support hero, as it does shut down ghouls. Even though ghouls are not a very, very common game, or a common unit in the human versus undead matchup. And yes, 2fan, Hawk has used an MK, I believe, in a game. We'll see if he does try to use it here in this matchup, as WFZ now gonna try and take down a footman. Oh, the footman was using that defend, deflecting all of the attacks from the Crypt Fiends, only to see an incoming ice attack from that Lich. Lich now making its way over. Lich now getting in a little bit of damage here. WFZ trying to run away with that Crypt Fiend. Looks like he will be able to do exactly that again. That Crypt Fiend was down to about 108 hit points, but stays alive ever so barely, as we are now getting into the tier 2 or tier 1 towers and getting into tier 2 for overall. Town Hall, that is a lot of towers here. Undead has to be very careful about where they pick and choose to fight, as the footman already with defend, now gonna perhaps try and engage against some of the units. Crypt Fiends now trying to retreat. You can see that militia could have been called, and that would have been a very, very telling sign of the things to come, as the militia are extremely fast and can surround a Crypt Fiend rather easily. Alright, that footman needs to run back away, down to 96 hit points. Looks like it will be able to do exactly that. The Troll Berserker low on hit points, and it gets focused down by Crypt Fiends, with as there is no defend on the Troll Berserker. And we're still looking at this engagement here. Another footman taken down, and so far WFZ is just rolling over now, I would say. Hawk does have that second expansion up. He is getting in a little bit of a bank, but he is significant, or he's going to be significantly behind in terms of overall economy. You can see now there is some mass repairing going on. The guard tower down to 200 hit points constantly, now getting back up again. It looks like it will constantly be repaired, as the units are now running back. WFZ in a little bit of trouble, low on hit points. And what does Hawk do during this opportunity? He is using this time to actually take out WFZ's Nerubian Tower. Nerubian Tower taking a little bit of damage. Death Knight being forced to run all the way back home, not using the Scroll of Town portal. Meanwhile, defend onto a footman, as that footman taking a fair bit of damage. It looks like that footman will get taken down, but not before one Nerubian Tower gets taken down, causing a bit of supply block on WFZ. Now, I don't imagine this to be a very big issue, as a new Ziggurat is already coming into play, and I'm really wondering what Hawk is thinking at this point. He has a smaller army, and that means he can also not exchange well against his opponent's army. No Blizzard, no sign of massive AoE to try and take down all of those clumping Crypt Fiends. And with that said, WFZ now getting into statues, looking extremely strong once more. WFZ has been playing much better throughout this series compared to his opponent, but with a little bit of luck, Hawk could turn this around, as he does have a good amount of guard towers, and he could be going for, yes, level 2 masonry upgrade and that Mountain King and a castle. That is a lot of things to go right all of a sudden, and if all of a sudden Hawk gets into knights, he should have more than enough to deal with the Crypt Fiends. He'll just have to deal with those destroyers. All right, where is the... Oh, wow, did he actually take it down? Archmage teleports all the way back here, and now getting in some easy damage onto a couple of these fleeing units. All right, Scroll of Town Portal, you can see that the footmen are now engaging here. Are we going to see WFZ try to pull back? That is going to be the initial question, as a staff of... No, Scroll of Town Portal now being used. It looks like one footman will get taken out just before he gets pulled away back home. Water Elemental down to 30 hit points. Archmage still has plenty of gold. Should be able to buy a Scroll of Town Portal with no problem. And now that Mountain King needs to get to level 2. Back over here to the top right. WFZ trying to hide with those acolytes. Not quite sure why. Perhaps he expects another sort of drop inside his base. But in actuality, the Archmage and the Mountain King are creeping their own side of the map. There goes one unit, another Gargantuan Sea Turtle will fall in addition to a Giant Sea Turtle. And with that, the Archmage and the Mountain King will both be about halfway to their next... Actually, no, Archmage might be a little bit under halfway. Mountain King may get to the full distance if the Archmage... No, the Archmage stole a little bit of that experience there. But the Mountain King could have easily gotten to level 2 if the Archmage did not take some of that earlier experience. Demon Hunter at 3, Lich sitting at 2... And Crypt Fiends and statues are now all working together. Archmage looking extremely strong, as we see a destroyer now up in the air. All right, looking inside the base, I see ziggurats here. I don't see... There is the slaughterhouse. So the slaughterhouse is right there. You can see also the destroyer does get a little bit of devour magic in there, as the water elemental now tanking a lot of damage. All right, a devour magic again. The destroyer up to 140 mana, and this could spell problems, as the destroyers are now going into all of these units here. All right, looks like another water elemental will get taken down. Free experience for the Death Knight, as the Death Knight now inching to 4, and the Lich is already at 3. This is extremely bad news for Hawk. Hawk does not have much to really go on or rely on at this point. Mountain King is relatively low on hit points. And, oh, what is this? Does not even take down his own footman. Instead turns around to try and take down a destroyer. And the destroyer may get taken down here. One more shot could do it. Yes, it does. And the Archmage now sitting at level 3. We'll see if that destroyer makes any real difference, as we are now going into siege engines. Siege engines, very, very nice units. Look around, or Hawk really in a bit of trouble, as he may end up losing this workshop to Crypt Fiends and a hero. If you didn't know, heroes and Crypt Fiends actually do very little damage, or much reduced damage, to fortified buildings. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. This one siege engine now looking to get train up at least one workshop looking to train up one siege engine, and that's exactly what we're gonna have. One siege engine now out on the field, as WFZ getting pressured inside his own base. All right, one siege engine now trying to run back here. You can see a lot of damage being had, and there is that flak cannons that are quickly canceled there. Archmage and Mountain King looking to finish off the Altar of Darkness, as the destroyer now finishes off that water elemental. Paladin, human tri-hero already in play, and this once again could be a bit of an issue. Archmage already using the Scroll of Town Portal to head back out, and with that able to head back home and buy himself even more time with the help of this expansion. Archmage, Paladin, Mountain King, 3-1-1 compared to 4-3. And with meat wagons now on the field, those meat wagons are going to be able to tear through those siege engines like a hot knife through butter. Mountain King looking to finish up this creep camp. Level 2 now on that Mountain King. Archmage is not going to be getting to level 2 unless all of these units do end up backing off. Skeletal Warrior is out. I'm not quite sure who they are. I believe they are the creeps, as the Black Drake and the Dark Wizard looking to finish each other off here. All right, there goes the Black Drake. Potion of Restoration now being, wait, who has it? The Potion of Restoration on the Paladin, giving him a lot more hit points and the ability to constantly heal up friendly units with the help of that potion that does give a bit of mana regeneration. Let's take a look back over here to the top right. Lich and Death Knight still wandering around. Hero advantage by WFZ, but now WFZ looks a little bit lost, like he doesn't know what he wants to do next. WFZ now posturing himself to perhaps try and take down this creep camp here. Giant Wolf, Green Drake creep camp. Very, very similar to the creep camp we saw moments ago. And with that, I believe that is pretty much going to be it. We're going to see level 4 now on the Lich. And WFZ has just been playing at such a good level, out-leveling his opponent. Mountain King and Paladin now going to be at level 2, though. So 4-2-2 compared to 3-3. That is going to, or 2-2, that is going to be, was it 4 or 2 level 4 heroes versus level 3 and maybe level 4. Now, level 4 and 2 level 2 heroes. Is that Mountain King and Paladin going to be enough of a support, even though they are behind in hero level against the secondary units? WFZ now looking to put pressure inside the main base. You can see a lot of repairing, and there it goes. Flying machines are now being brought over to get in some easy damage. Meanwhile, the Crypt Fiends are now quickly webbing down all of these flying machines, preventing them from flying, and all the Archmage can do is try and get here in time to shoo them back away. All right, let's take a look. Griffins are out on the field, and there goes a Griffin, or not a Griffin, a Furbolg. Griffin Rider now getting taken down, and now trying to be pulled back here. You can see 2 siege engines making quick work of the base of WFZ, as WFZ is looking very, very strong. He doesn't have to engage straight up. He knows that he is completely going unchallenged on the top right-hand side of the map. Are we going to perhaps see more siege engines as well? It doesn't appear to be that way. And there goes another shop and another important building there as the Mountain King comes in with a quick Stormbolt to try and take down WFZ's Lich. Lich going to be quickly healed by a Death Coil. 18 minutes, 10 seconds into this game. Still no clear victor, but we see that Hawk has ended up losing his expansion, which was his main effort. 62 over 70 now, compared to 58 over 54. Who is going to be hurting more as the Knight now also getting taken down there? All right, 54 over 54. Now you can see that the Griffins are in play. The Griffins are going to try and take down this Griffin Rider. The Griffin Rider now in a bit of trouble. It looks like he will get taken down. There it goes. With no real easy defense against those Crypt Fiends, air is always a very risky maneuver for a human player. All right, let's take a look. Back around, we are slowly going into an engagement. A lot of units are falling. A quick Frost Nova onto the Knight, followed by a quick Holy Light to try and save it, and a Staff of Sanctuary. Flying machines now making their way over, and this is still looking like anyone's game at this point. Very, very well played. All right. Destroyers, Crypt Fiends, Meat Wagons, Death Knight now looking to finish off this creep camp. Level 5 on the Death Knight compared to, I believe, level 3 on the Arch, or level 4 now on the Archmage finally. Level 4, Mountain King may actually get to level 3, so it could be 5-4 compared to 4-3-2, which would be an amazing level catch-up, so to speak, as Hawk, as you remember, did get that second Paladin for that all-important experience. Flying machines are all still willing and ready to go. You can see also that down over here, the meat wagons are coming in. Flying machine quickly flies overhead, sees what's going on. And are we going to perhaps see a Frostworm get taken down as well? All right, here comes a very strong attack. Death Knight, who survived earlier, may be forced to run. And he is forced to run, but he doesn't get away. Paladin now arrives to the party. There's a couple of big webs as the Archmage, the Water Elemental, is just fighting in town here, trying to gain a little bit of an advantage. Mountain King still wandering around. Are we going to perhaps see Holy Light? Death Knight falls at level 5, and with that, there may have been just a complete disconnection between WFZ and what his ultimate game plan was. He could not afford to lose that unit there, and he does end up losing it, so he is now even further behind. Shackle to shackle down a Frostworm. There is the GG. WFZ takes game 3. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.